Hello everyone, this is Chad the Gaming Dad here once again on Dad's Games with another episode of Fun or Run. The review show where we take a quick look at a game and let you know whether or not it is fun or if you should run. The game in question today is PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS. So PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS is actually a game that came out of sort of some mods and things for other games. The man known as Brendan PlayerUnknown Green made mods, but expanded some of his ideas into one big standalone game, and that's what we have here, PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS. That's why it's PLAYERUNKNOWN'S, because that's his name, PLAYERUNKNOWN. But anyway, this game is currently in early access, released back in March, and a ton of people are playing it, and a lot of people seem to really like it, so I thought I'd give it a shot and let you know what I think about PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS here on Fun or Run. So this game is very simple. It's what they call a Battle Royale Deathmatch. And basically the whole object of the game is don't die. Be the last one alive. You can play this game three different ways. You can either go in solo, and it's supposed to be every man for himself. Now occasionally you'll get a couple of cheaters in there or somebody who teams up like they're not supposed to, but it's supposed to be every man for themselves. You can also go into team modes. There's two of them. There's teams of 2 and teams of 4. So you can partner up with some friends, and you're not supposed to shoot each other. You're actually a team going out against all the other teams. Either way, this game holds up to 100 players all at the same time. That's a lot of people. And it's in a giant map. Well, it's 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers in size. It's a pretty big map. Takes a long time to move around. Now you may be thinking that that would be awfully boring even with just 100 people, because if everybody's spread out all over the map, you'll never bump into each other. Where's the fun in that? Well, you start off PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS. Everybody starts off with nothing. You get some unlocks and stuff, some cosmetic things, and ultimately you need to scavenge. You go around from house to house looking for weapons, looking for armor, any kind of thing you can use to stay alive and make the other players dead. Each match begins with all the players on board a giant airplane, one of those military-style cargo planes, and the back of the thing opens up and everyone jumps out. You get to actually pick where you jump out, though. Take a look at the map. The map is the same every time, like I said, but where the plane flies across the map differs every time. It's pretty much random. So you hit the M button. This is a PC game after all, so you're using your keyboard. I'm sure you can use a controller as well, but I'm using the keyboard and the mouse. You hit the button and you take a look at the map, and you can see the trajectory where the plane is going to fly across the map. You have to decide when you want to jump out of the plane based on what you know to be in the map. There's different areas. There's a military base. There's a bunch of houses. There's apartment buildings. There's a power station. Different things that are there every time. But all the weapons and all the pickups and all the vehicles, things like that, they're kind of randomly scattered around. So you can't just go to the same house or the same building every time and get the same loadout. It's pretty fair. In today's day and age with games that, it's either pay to win or play to win, where you always have the advantage, either if you pay more money or if you've played longer than a new person, that stinks. That was one of the main things that held Star Wars Battlefront back, was that if you unlocked a bunch of weapons just because you played a little bit longer than somebody else, even if that person that's brand new comes into the game and they're very good, they don't have a chance against you because they haven't unlocked any of the good weapons yet. Plus, a lot of these games give you the option to buy credits and things like that, and then you can level yourself up there. Well, this game is nice because everybody jumps out of the plane at different places with nothing. You scavenge around, you find things, and you make it work. As you kill other players, you can steal their stuff or loot their bodies after you kill them, and it's just a really cool way to constantly force you to not just sit in one spot. It makes you want to get up and go to the next building and see if there's a little bit better gun there. Maybe there's a sight over there, or maybe there's a health pack or something like that. There's all kinds of cool stuff. I mean, I actually dropped into a game and started off at the beginning with a frying pan. That's the only thing I could find. Another time I dropped into the game and I couldn't find weapons to save my life. I couldn't find anything. I was running around punching people. Now that's another thing about this game, the punching people. That's kind of cool because as you jump out of the plane and you're falling to the ground, even before you open up your parachute, you can see other players also falling to the ground. And then when everybody opens their chutes, if you take a quick look around, you can sort of see where everybody's going to go. Now, one of the strategies in this game is to go far away and stay away from where everybody else is. But if you happen to drop in where there's other people, I actually follow some of them because I know they're probably better than me. Not because they played longer and have better weapons, but they're better at the game. That's cool. If you play the game enough that you actually have better skill, good for you. This is not, like I said, not one of the games where you just play for a long time and you automatically get better weapons to begin with. Nobody has any weapons to begin with. So I see somebody and I know that I'm not going to be able to land very far away from them. Because I'm still new, I just go straight for them and get in a fist fight. I had this epic battle on top of a rooftop, punching and dodging and weaving. It's like Apollo, Creed, and Rocky right up there. Except the problem is yeah, he got me. It took a little while though. I held my own for a few minutes, but hey, still figuring out this game, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Now when you die, you don't have to hang out and wait for everybody else to finish. Once you're dead, you can jump out. You don't need to be there anymore. You can go back to the main menu and start another match and go at it again. Yeah, at the end of each match, you do gain some currency, in-game currency, to buy cosmetic items to make your character look cool and change their look how you want to. But again, everybody drops into the map and has to pick up all of their weapons and all of their armor. So not only does the game make you want to go from place to place to look for more weapons and to look for more stuff, it actually forces you to as well. When you first jump into the map, you land, and you really should take a look at the actual map screen. There's a great big white circle. You need to be inside that white circle by the time the timer runs out. If you look down in the bottom right corner, you'll see a little timer, and your little running guy is in between a blue dot and a white dot. If you're all the way over to the white dot, that means you're in the safe area. Every 2 minutes, they go ahead and restrict the play area. Basically what that means is there's a bigger blue circle outside of the white circle, and that blue circle collapses down to where the white circle is. If you get caught outside of the blue circle, you constantly take damage. It's a danger zone, whether it's poisonous gases or Lord knows what. It actually, when the little electricity kind of wall is coming at you, it reminds me of that Star Trek movie where they suck you away and take you to the other dimension. What was it? Generations or something like that? It's really kind of cool. You see this wall of energy coming at you, and if you don't hurry up, it's going to catch you, and then you can die. There's even good players can find themselves on the wrong end of the map because these circles are sort of randomly generated too. It's a safe bet to go toward the middle of the map so that no matter where the circle is, you're closer to it. You know, you might get lucky if you're on one end of the map or the other, but I always try to aim for the middle, but that may not be the best course of action because, of course, maybe everybody's going for the middle. Who knows? But you need to get into that circle, and then the longer you stay alive, it keeps doing this every 2 minutes. It'll make a smaller white circle that you have to get into. Then the blue wall collapses again. Then a smaller white circle. Then the blue wall collapses again. Basically, the game is funneling all the remaining players as people are being killed off into a smaller and smaller space to make sure that there's constant action. There's constant battles and conflict. Whittling it all way down until there's one person left standing, and that's the winner. So that's your ultimate goal in this game, and that's really what's so addicting about it. Something else to note is the red circles on the map. They appear randomly, and if you find yourself inside a red circle, you better get out fast, because what's happening is inside that red circle, they just start bombing the place. If you find yourself inside a red circle, you head for the hills and get out of there before you get blown up. That's the gist of this game. So far, there's one map, and there's one mission, and that's it. But I'm okay with that, because every time you drop in, it's a completely new experience, because unlike other games where levels are already set for you, this one, even though it's not necessarily randomly generated, where the pickups are and where you actually land is a different spot every time. And because all the other players are actual people, you don't really run into weird AI or anything. You feel like you're being hunted and you have to hunt the other people at the same time. It's a really cool thing. I really do like it. So I'm playing it on a computer that isn't primarily meant for PC gaming. I initially bought my computer and everything to do YouTube videos. So I'm using it, but it's not necessarily the best. If you have a gaming PC, I'm sure you're going to be fine playing this game. The requirements are not very high. The minimum requirements are like an i3 with a medium, middle-of-the-road type graphics card. What you're seeing here, the gameplay that I recorded, is actually set on low. I can't run this thing on high or ultra or anything because my processor just can't keep up with it. But I'm running an i5 and I have 16 gig of RAM, and my video card is a GTX 960. So it's not the best, it's not the worst. But to get it to run really smoothly, I put it on low. But as you can see here, it looks pretty good. And it's really not about the look, it's about the fun, and this game is a ton of fun. If you have a more serious gaming rig than I do, I'm sure you'll be able to get even better looking graphics with nice smooth gameplay. And really it's only going to get better from here because this is early access. It's only $30 on Steam, and I think for the price, it does seem a little bit limited in content because there is only the one map and everything. But I'm having a real good time with it, and it's something completely different. It reminds me a lot of the older days when we would play original Battlefield games. Not the new Battlefield games, the original ones where everybody started off on a carrier and had to get on a plane and fly to the objective and jump off. Stuff like that. It's just super cool. I personally haven't run into too many glitches or bad bugs or anything, so there's lots more stuff in here to learn. There's vehicles, all kinds of different weapons, all kinds of different armor, and once you play this a ton and you really learn the ins and outs of it and how to hide and sneak, I'm sure you're gonna really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun if you like shooters. There is a button to switch from third person to first person mode. I know some people would prefer this game to be first person only so that you can't look around corners, you know, like you can in third person game, and I think that that's coming pretty soon where they're gonna have dedicated, at least dedicated games on servers that are first person only for people that really want that hardcore experience where you can't see around corners unless you stick your head out and you might get your head blown off at that point. Yeah. I'm going to need to get a lot better at the game before I worry about that. You can do custom matches. There's a whole lot of things set up here that you could jump into, different setups. It's just a pretty big community. A lot of people playing this thing right now. And if they keep cultivating it through early access, this may be one of the few games these days that come out of early access as a success. So till next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and PlayerUnknown'S Battlegrounds, I need to hurry up and finish this review because I want to get back to playing it. This thing is fun. Thanks again for watching. If you liked that video, please press like and subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, so leave your comments and any suggestions down below. Remember, there's tons of other gamers out there just like you and me, and they also know that you never outgrow video games. Feel free to share these videos all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, or whatever you use. This channel is for all of us. Let's make sure they know that they are not alone. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.